Welcome back, and you're very welcome if you're new. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Coffee Monsters Co subscriptions. They started back in 2023. They're still going on now and they've changed a bit over the years, but what I thought I would do is I would talk about the earlier subscriptions just briefly to show you the kind of things that came in them and the tiers and stuff like that. But then the focus of today's video will be talking about, of course, the 2025 subscriptions and what the changes are for this year and what the themes are going to be, etc. And I'm also going to briefly touch on 2026 because we've heard already about a difference that's going to happen in the year after this one. So there'll be a lot of information in this video and I hope you find it helpful. If there's a particular thing you want to know about, there's chapters in the video that you can jump to it. And just a final little disclaimer before I start, I'm just doing this to help people out because I know everybody picks up information differently and some people like to have things verbally explained, and I really enjoy being able to research it and do that for you. However, I don't work for Coffee Monsters Co, so make sure that you check the links below. I'll link below the Instagram for the subscription, a blog post that she did recently all about the changes if you want to do further research of your own. Okay, let's get started. So 2023 was the very first year of the subscriptions and it started with 3 tiers. So in January it was Snail Parcel, which was 5 to 7 speciality items. In February it was Snail Mail, which was 4 to 5 sticker sheets. And then in the March, you would get Pen Pals, which was Snail Parcel and Snail Mail together. And that's the way it continued throughout the rest of the year. So that was Q1, then Q2 again would be Parcel, Mail and Pal, Q3, Parcel, Mail, Pal, etc. And each of the tiers had a different theme, with the exception of Pen Pals, which was the 2 previous themes together. Q1 Snail Parcel was Night Sky, which was a space theme. It was really adorable and I knew instantly that this subscription was going to be worth it from getting that. And then the next one was a Snail Mail and it was Cozy Cafe, which again I was obsessed with. I actually purchased 2, I believe, of those. There's a little circular sticker that says Cafe Critic that I still haven't made myself use yet, but it was perfect. Then Snail Parcel next time was Office Supplies. And I got a gorgeous little set of washi with these. I really love them. And then the one after that was Snail Mail, and it was May, I believe, somewhere around that, and was witchy, which isn't something that you would normally see for May. It would usually be an October thing, but it was really cute. I really love the colours in it. I actually forgot about it, to be quite honest. This year I think I'm going to use it in my journal because it's too nice not to ever use and just sit there not being loved. Anyway, then Snail Parcel was Cottagecore, which was again gorgeous. The washi in it was really lovely with the little scene. Then we had Snail Mail, which was Bullet Journal, and this one actually was the very first time we saw the mini stickers, like the little tiny icons that have now become a huge thing in her store. And then we have Snail Parcel, which was vintage, which I think might have tipped it as my favourite. It was really adorable. We got a stamp washi for the first time. And then finally we had the Snail Mail and the theme was weather. So that was a really great start to the subscriptions in 2023. But then last year, 2024, it changed up a little bit. So instead of having a different theme per tier, it was the same. So each quarter had one theme. However, we had a new tier introduced. So there was Snail Parcel, which was 3 to 4 washi and 1 to 2 speciality items. And then we had Snail Mail, which was 4 to 5 sticker sheets. And then the new tier was Washi Wizard, which was 3 to 4 washi. It was the same 3 to 4 washi that came in the Snail Parcel. So that way, if you didn't want the speciality items, like me, you could still get the washi by getting Washi Wizard and Snail Mail if you want the stickers. And the Washi Wizard was the only one that you could get multiples of in the same postage, so you could get as many as you wanted and pay for it once, whereas if you wanted to Snail Parcel, you had to order a Snail Parcel subscription, pay for it, and then go in and order a separate one separately. That makes sense? So the themes for last year were city life, which was gorgeous. I have one of the little journal cards up on my wall still. And then I've used every bit of it actually in a spread in my planner because there was a matching kit. It didn't actually come with a subscription, but it worked perfectly with it. And then quarter 2, which I also loved, Nautical Adventures. I hope there's a kit in it someday. The washi in it is adorable. And then quarter 3 was Sunday Morning. And then finally we had quarter 4, which is Classic Literature. So classic literature would be in Snail Parcel, Snail Mail, Washi Wizard, and then Pen Pals, which is the final tier, would have all 3 of those tiers put together. So if you wanted all 3, you had the opportunity to get Pen Pals to pay once. So that gives a brief history of the tiers and changes and sub-themes, etc. Let's move into the main part of this video, which is 2025. 2025, we're sticking with the same one theme per quarter, but the tiers are changing. So let's go through the tiers first and the prices. So we have Snail Mail, which is $13.50, and you get charged every 3 months. And something to note is with the prices that I'm giving you, shipping isn't included. So $13.50 is the price of the Snail Mail by itself. And in it this year, we're getting 4 to 5 sticker sheets, 1 vinyl sticker, and 1 card print. Then we're getting Washi Wizard, and it's $16.95, charged every 3 months. And in this year, we're getting 4 washi tapes. So it isn't 3 to 4, it says 4 washi tapes, which is brilliant. But we're also this year getting a washi card, which is brilliant inclusion. I've never actually had a washi card before, believe it or not. But I think it's a really good idea. And she's putting a little hole pre-punched in the corner. So if you get all 4 of the subscriptions this year, you can get a little ring and hook them all together and keep them together. And you'll be able to put your 4 washis for that theme, and your washi card will be themed to that subscription. However, you don't have to use it for that subscription. You can use it for any washi you want, so I think that's a brilliant addition. So as well as a washi card, then you get a vinyl sticker and a card print. So that's Washi Wizard. Then the next tier is Pen Pal, and it's $33.95, charged every 3 months. And with it, you get everything I have mentioned so far. 4 to 5 sticker sheets, 4 washi tapes, 1 washi card, and the 2 vinyls. So the one from Snail Mail and the one from Washi Wizard. The only difference is you get 1 card print. So you're not going to get 2 card prints, you know, from Snail Mail and Washi Wizard, but it'll be the same print. So you'll not be missing out. And then you get an additional stationery item. And that's what makes the difference of Pen Pal, as well as getting all those other things put together. And it'll either be a pouch or sticky notes or a folder or a clip, some special extra. So if you're thinking, what about Snail Parcel? That's gone this year. If you currently are subscribed to Snail Parcel, it's going to get converted into a Pen Pal subscription automatically. And if you have a current Snail Parcel and Snail Mail sub, they are going to be merged into a single subscription. So I had both of them, and I also had Washi Wizard because I wanted to keep it just in case there was an additional stationery item in Snail Parcel that I wanted. And I usually didn't, and I skipped it. But I cancelled it this year because I didn't want my Snail Mail and Snail Parcel to merge. So that's something to note. Then going forward, there'll be no Snail Parcel. You don't need to cancel though if you want to switch. And I would suggest you don't cancel if you want to switch. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So if you want to switch from Snail Mail to Washi Wizard, for example, or Pen Pal even to Washi Wizard or whatever, you need to contact TCMC to help you with that. If you want to combine subs going forward, I was mentioning earlier about how you could only order like 3 Washi Wizards in one order, but you couldn't do that with the other ones. That has changed to help with shipping costs. However, it has to be 3 of the same type of subscriptions. So you could order 3 Pen Pals and only pay 1 shipping, but you couldn't order a Washi Wizard, a Pen Pal and a Snail Mail and only pay once. So if you're putting it in your cart and you try to do that, it'll not go through. So make sure you're aware of that. Now, enrolment. And this is why I was saying don't cancel the switch. The first enrolment of 2025 will only be for customers without an active subscription. So that's to give the opportunity for people who have never had a subscription to get one, because they're very popular. So the likes of me, if I now have a Washi Wizard and a Snail Mail, if I went, oh, I shouldn't have cancelled that, or if I decide I want Parcel 2 or whatever, I can't do it until Q2. Q1 will be for those who don't have an active subscription to enrol. Right. So this next thing I'm going to talk about then is the dates. If you want to take a note of these in your planner, I'm definitely going to for renewals, because I always forget. So here we go. Q1. The sneaks are from January the 1st to the 30th. They're already out and we're going to take a look at them later, but I'll do it at the end in case anybody's trying to avoid the sneaks. I just don't want to spoil anything, just in case. Then the renewals are billed on the 31st of January. So I will be charged for Washi Wizard and Snail Mail on the 31st of January. I need to take a wee note. New slots are open on the 1st of February for new subscribers only, like I was just talking about. And shipping then is from 5th of February to the 15th of March, because they take that long to be able to ship them out. There's so many to send. Okay, Q2 sneaks are April the 1st to the 29th. The renewals are 30th of April when it's billed. New slots are the 1st of May, and that'll be for everybody. Shipping is the 5th of May to the 15th of June. Q3 sneaks are July 1st to the 30th. Renewals are July 31st. New slots are 1st of August, and shipping is the 5th of August to the 15th of September. And then finally, Q4 sneaks are October 1st to the 30th. Renewals are the 31st of October. The new slots are the 1st of November, and shipping is the 5th to the 15th of December. Okay, themes for 2025. Q1 is in progress. Q2 is home sweet home. Q3 is discovery. And Q4 is fables and fairy tales. So every one of them sounds exciting. I can't wait. And then just before we talk about the sneak peeks, the last thing I'm going to mention is 2026. Everything I've said about tiers and stuff is all changing. It's only for this year. In 2026, there was only going to be one single tier sub for everybody. So there'll be no Washi Wizard, Washi this, blah, blah, blah. It'll just be one single tier, and it'll be more minimal. So she is cutting back on the subs. So just to let you know of that. So if you don't want to see any of the sneaks, if you've been avoiding Instagram like the plague, this is your time to leave. I'm not going to talk about any other information other than the sneaks, so you won't miss anything. But let's take a look at what we've seen so far for in progress. So Washi Wizard, we've seen that we're going to get 4 washis, like I said, and they are going to be Sentiments of Support, which is a 10mm. And then Helen's Sketchbook, which is 1 inch. There was a vellum released in it a while ago, but we now have it in washi. In Progress, which is 15mm by 1 inch perforated. So every inch there's a perforation, so you can use them as individual stickers. And then Get It Done, which is a 15mm silver foil, and the pattern runs vertically, and the colours in it are really lovely. I'm normally not a fan of vertical washi, to be quite honest, but I think I do really like that one. So yeah, that's something different. And then of course we're going to get our little washi card, and the vinyl and the journal card. We haven't seen them yet, but they'll be a surprise. Then Snail Mail, we are going to be getting large accomplishment doodles on washi paper, making lists on washi paper, thinking on washi paper, get your ducks in a column on matte paper. It's a play on get your ducks in a row. And then new quarter labels. I think they're seals. They look like seals to me. But I'm not sure about the material there, but it's silver foiled. So perfect, really good. I'm glad I'm a subscriber. I've never had any complaints with things I've purchased and the options. And even the odd thing that I got in 2023 from the parcel that I had that wasn't for me, I was able to gift to someone who really loved it. So definitely recommend them. Everything I just mentioned that's in progress, by the way, the sneaks are also in Pen Pals, and then there'll be an extra stationery item which we haven't had a sneak for yet. So those sneaks will be continuing to the 30th, and then remember, for anyone who hasn't subscribed, the 1st of February is your chance, and you have to have no active subscriptions. So yeah, I hope you find that helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see any of the other subscriptions that I have got in the past in full, because I only was able to show you bits and pieces because I've used some and stuff, I have a playlist of all my stationery hauls down below, and they're in there if you want to take a look. And I'll definitely be doing hauls in the future whenever I receive in progress and whenever I receive all the others going forward. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And take care, and I'll speak to you really soon. Bye.
Easy rider on the highway, station wagon going slow.